back IR, I can look around again now. We are back with another edition of Bay12 Motors Test Driver, a role that I have kind of appointed myself to because I enjoy the lapping of unusual cars around a big track. So what we've got today, at least to start out with, is the 1963 Baron sedan, the follow-on to the 55 model that we saw in the previous stream. Now, differences between that car and this one's got squishier suspension, I believe, if you can imagine such a thing. It has disc brakes, which should hopefully help with the spinning around terribly problem with the rears locking up going into corners. And it's got a 3-speed transmission, which may or may not be a good thing. I guess we'll see. It may help with acceleration out of corners, though, which is a good thing because I've got to slow down so much to take them in the first place. So we're going to pull it up to the line real quick. I'm going to adjust my chair. I will get the hot lapping started. Alright, so let's see what this car can do. Oh, it's much faster off the line, much peppier. 30 miles an hour. Ooh. I think it's just a better car all around. You can hear the engine sounds this time, hopefully. I turned up the desktop volume on the stream. Well, it feels fast, but I'm not sure it is faster around this corner. That extra gear ratio makes a big difference, though. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, look at that, it's not trying to turn me around. Yeah, I can get this around, I expect, much faster. Ooh. A little bit too much throttle out of the corner there. Into the carousel. Take it at 45 or so. Can we do that? Yeah. So we'll see what we get for top speed. Although I did actually take that first sector a little bit slower than I have in the past. A little bit slower through here too. Should be 113 or so. Ooh, understeering a bit. Gotta drop the throttle. Yeah, lost some speed. Didn't hit the apex well there. This will be the true test if it's better balanced than previously. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually drivable. A little bit too late on the braking there. Just the enhanced stability from the new brakes it's a big win. Ooh. It's not perfect though. It's on me getting a little bit too excited. So in addition to the Baron, which we'll try and get a couple of hot laps in with momentarily, we've got two other cars for today's little thing. We've got the Hauler, our delivery van slash family-sized station wagon van thing. And we've got one of the cars from my game, my Linguini Motors... Oop. Again with the little bit too eager there. The Linguini Motors, I forget what year it is, but it's a rough contemporary of this car, just built a little bit more for sport. Drop that down to 49. I think I discovered that the line you want to take here is on the throttle a little earlier so you're closer to that wall on the way out. Late there. You gotta pay attention during this hot lap a little bit more. So we are slower than we were previously. That was with a spin as well, so we'll see how this goes. 40. Take it in. A little bit late into that first turn. Get up to this nice low 50s here. Before I can floor it for the exit about here, yeah. Drops into one of those nice lower gears. Much better on the exit. I need to lift a little bit, but not all the way. Now on the brakes. Ooh. A little bit of a unplanned drift there, but held it through. To the carousel, down to 40. Whoop. Locked it up a little. Gotta be careful. The brakes are better, but they're still not purple. It's not anti-lock, so I gotta watch my inputs. So we'll see if I can take the slingshot a little bit better. That'll be good. We're definitely faster than we've been in the past around that corner, or rather through that first sector. Not that I have the proper hot lapping set up right now with the timer. Alright, I'm gonna turn in nice and early. Hit the apex there. Ooh, still going a little bit wide, whoop! And we made some contact, but that doesn't seem to have broken anything, so we'll stick with it. Alright. Probably a little bit too early on the brakes there, but I want to make sure I get this apex here. Onto the curbs. Yeah, a little bit early on the apex, a little bit rough on the exit there. So I'm going to brake a little bit earlier than I have been, so I can make sure I don't lock them up coming in here. So even with the squishiness to the suspension, it feels better through the corners. Like damping is maybe better, so it doesn't rock quite as much. Alright, into the apex. Adam's apex. A little bit of a lock there, and a little bit wide, a lot of bit wide. I think we're still well ahead of our usual marker here, so I'll give it a go with the proper hot lapping setup that gives us the sector times as well. To 50, you want to touch the inside there, drive for the outside wall. Brake early here. Crank the wheel over. Get the power down. Oh yeah, much faster. We're going to get at 251 here. Alright, let me get the hot lapping setup. If you follow my meaning. Pick the map. We'll take the automation. We'll take the automation test track. We'll take the racetrack layout. Ooh, there's a short layout. That looks like fun. We will select the Baron 63 here with its wonderful purple nose. Give ourselves 4 laps to play with, just in case we screw 1 or 2 up, which is entirely possible. Let's get our hood camera so I can see where the nose is pointing better. I don't really very much like the chase camera, because to drive well with a wheel and with the head tracker, I need to see where the nose is pointing compared to where the where the steering input is, and I feel it much better that way than I do from behind. So, let's get this start. A little bit of wheel spin there, but not too much. Just goose the brakes down to... Ooh. So it doesn't seem to turn in quite as well as it used to, but... Yeah, whatever the suspension changes were, they seem to have really dramatically improved the cornering performance. Just a little bit of a lift. Get on the brakes early enough here to get us down to speed. And here we are, 200 and... rather 28, ran a little bit wide, but I can still get the power down. Get 42, 45. But my Twitch chat is covering the thing. There we go. Okay. A 59-second first sector, so not very much faster than our previous ones. I think we make up most of our time in the second and third sectors. Especially in... I gotta look at the sign for whatever the corner after this is called. So through the slingshot at about 110. We do have to lift slightly because of the greater understeer. brake at about the 200. With a little lock. Pull the nose in, hit the apex here, drive for the exit. Oh yeah. I guess we might also have shaved some time off of that previous lap because we had the rolling start. 30. Yeah, so you couldn't have turned the wheel that fast in the 55 Baron. It would have objected very strongly to that kind of maneuver through the chicane. Into Adam's apex. Down to about 35 here. I've been hitting this way too fast, those previous 2 laps. Alright, so hit the, lay the throttle down out of the exit. I think we might still get a pretty good time out of this. Down to 50 or so. Apex here, drive for the outside wall. Get the power down. Brake a little early because I've been late on this apex, 20-some, because it's a nice square corner. Whoop, whoop. And powering for the line, 53, 54, 55. Well, we'll try it. We'll try one rolling start and see what that gets us. Oop, caught the little humps there. Ooh. Couldn't quite hold the drift there. Alright, so we'll restart the scenario, see if we can beat that, see if we can beat that 255 mark. If we can get down to the 254s, I'm confident in saying it's just a better car overall. Much more comfortable off the line, much better acceleration out of the gate. I can put in more wheel input without the tires wanting to break loose. So we can maybe make up some time out of here. Put in a little bit more steering input. Let the understeer pull us around. It wasn't great, but I make sure I don't start turning in early here when I... Yeah, 80 through there wouldn't have happened previously. Still around a little bit wide, but not too bad. Yeah, it's about a second and a half faster through that first sector than we had previously. I don't think there's much I can do about this segment. Yep, maybe touch the thing there. It's actually got it 110 all the way through. That might prove to be a difference maker here. I'm going to brake after the 200. Ooh. Without spinning? Nope. Actually caught the rear on the wall there, which probably ought to invalidate the lap, but we'll let it stand just to see if we can't improve on that time. The kill Rob chicane here. I wonder who Rob is and why he deserves to be killed. Oh, I just remember the name of that, of the hardest corner on the track for me. It's the Bavarian Bend. Alright, I'm gonna straighten out the wheel, get on the brakes, down to about 35, 40. Look for the exit, rather. That's one of the best tips I got on sim driving, is that when you're in the braking zone, you should be looking toward the apex. When you're at the apex, you should be looking toward the exit. So I want to get down to the speed I want to be at here, look toward the apex, hit the apex, look toward the exit, and you really just kind of gets you into the mindset of like powering out of corners like you're supposed to. '51, '52, '53, 254.060. So even with the wall contact, granted that there was some wall contact right there, but I think I'd still call it the better car than the 55. So that's a win. Let's take a look at the Hauler now. And I probably free roam that, since I don't expect it's going to be very competitive or even very enjoyable to take around the track under hot lap conditions. So free roam. Pick the right car here. Vehicles. The delivery van 60 Hauler. Or rather, I suppose the 1960 delivery van, which we call the Hauler. Now the Hauler is not the prettiest of. I'm actually going to have to drive this from chase mode because I can't see any hood from inside to get my bearings with. So, also an automatic transmission. This is also using our very first engine for the Urist. You know, those of you who are not familiar with Dwarf Fortress so much probably don't realize that's the name of the it's I suppose John Doe for dwarves. Anyway, well, it is not fast, I'll give it that. This is pedal all the way down. It is pretty stable though, so it's got that going for it. I wonder if I can drive this from inside and get up real close. I'm gonna guess probably not. It's just... This is pretty clearly a city delivery kind of car because it's not getting any kind of speed that to listen very carefully for the tires squealing in this. It's not that it's particularly quiet, it's just that the Baron's really rather loud. Oh, got some clipping there. I guess this is the driver cam? The flat front is really throwing me off. I gotta drive from out here, I think. When we get around the track, we will we'll stop in at the off-road test track and see how it does in a more utility-focused kind of thing. Also, maybe we'll try the grade testing. So there's like a nice 30% slope, I believe, somewhere over there on the far side of the track. Ooh, it's hit 60 miles an hour. Oop, and we've run out of downhill, so we're losing speed again. There's really no need to be super careful around the slingshot here. So the engine in this, as I mentioned, is from our very first car, but a tuned version thereof. It's a 1946 original engine with some facelifts along the way. I really barely even need to brake here. I'm just gonna aim for the 50 marker. Let the drag fall off and get back on the throttle. So I will confess, it's a very easy car to drive. And we're coming up on the entrance now to the various test tracks, so... If we had turn signals, I would put them on, if I'd bound the turn signals to anything on the car. So, in we go. Oop, almost hit the guardrail there. We'll take a little jaunt along the test track here over to the grade test you can see in the distance. If there's a way to get there from here, which maybe there isn't. I'm not really very clear on how the track is set up. But oop, this is I believe the handling circuit, so I'm going to have some nice tight corners, which the Hauler handles like a champ. Honestly, except for the fact that it can't really get up to what I would consider a safe highway speed, I don't think this is a bad vehicle for the task it has, which is delivery. You want it to be safe and slow and easy to drive, and so far I would say that it is. Unless I'm not being careful at all with my steering inputs here. I think maybe this exit will take us there? Ah yes, this takes us to the little roundabout, and I believe that roundabout leads to our grades. Our slopes, our hills. So here we go, gradient tests. We'll take I guess we'll take them in order, since I believe they're symmetrical. We're at an 8% grade. No trouble at all. And they're not symmetrical, so there aren't signs on this side. On the other hand, there's no other way back, except for over the hill, so let's pull it around. I believe this one said 15% on the sign on the other side. And it still makes it up and over. I won't even break the tires loose on a turn like that. I was kind of trying to monkey with it some there. Up to 25% grade. Loses a little bit of speed over the top. I think the true test is going to be the 30% grade, and if we make it over the first time, I'm going to go back and try it from a standing start on the hill. It's a pretty good turning circle. Again, very handy for delivery in those on those tight city streets. I'm sorry for the steering wheel noises, but it's actually a 33% grade, so let's see if we can't overtop this hill. Ooh, it is not enjoying it. But it does get over the top. Again, a very impressive turning circle. Alright, now it's time for the truest test of them all. We're going to drive back over and get a good run up onto the hill, stop in the middle, and see if we can't get rolling from nothing. Alright, I think this is where the grade starts, so let's pop it down into the very lowest gear by hand. A little bit of wheel spin. But it does actually pick up speed up to about 12 miles an hour. Put it back into drive, and then let's I guess we'll take a little trip along the handling course and see if I can't find the gravel track, since one of the places we're selling this in automation, I believe, is in the Soviet Union analog, where the roads are not the best, and they like a good good off-road performance. Honestly, I think I'm going to give this a hot lap after we've done that too. I feel pretty confident in it. It's, like I said, very, very easy to drive. Huge advantage on that front. So I know the gravel track is this way somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it is. A little bit of braking action here. It's very sedate. After the Baron, it's a nice change of pace. Although granted, the 63 Baron, like I said, is much more amenable to fast driving than the preceding one. Where this exit goes. I'm going to try this one. Oh, a skid pad. We'll give it a try sometime later, I guess. Got a second skid pad there? Maybe the wet weather skid pad? Or just the parking lot of some kind? Nice little infield lake. Well, very little idea where I am or where I'm going, which is not entirely atypical for me driving generally. But I suppose there's a mini-map UI gadget. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Yes, I believe I've missed the turn-off for the gravel track altogether. So, bring the menu up. Customize UI apps. Let's add a new one. Ooh, detailed vehicle damage. That's fun. Ooh, a dynamometer. That's also fun. There's navigation that's worth coming back to. I guess that's what I'm looking for. Navigation. Is there a zoom on the navigation, perhaps? I guess not. I can make it bigger, which I suppose is kind of a zoom. All right. Let's finish our UI editing. Leave the menu. And we'll take our leave here. Okay, so where is it? I see some gravel in the distance there. I'm just not sure how to get to it. I'm gonna have to take... I see. Yeah, I see where I need to go now. Which is actually back the way I just came. A little bit of backwards driving here on the track. Wow. That was full brake force on the pedal here and not a nary a lockup in sight. Which I guess suggests that it probably needs better brakes, but we'll leave that for the time being. I guess it's slightly faster this way. So can we get... we can get across here. So we'll pop through the skid pad in a straight line. And that will at least bring us in the direction here of the rally track. I guess the turnoff is on the other side of the course, and I just didn't realize. Aha, here we go. So we'll take a little jaunt down the gravel circuit. Don't want to really give the off-road course a try yet. Alright, so it's a little bit more wobbly here, but again, there's not enough power to get yourself into too much trouble. Really remarkably composed, I would say. It's a little bit looser, the steering wheel, through here, of course, because we're on gravel instead of pavement, but I would say it's pretty, it's handling like a champ. Okay, no suspension trouble. And I believe this takes us back to the beginning of the circuit, yeah. No, that handles very pleasingly on gravel. Alright, let's set up a quick little time trial and see if we can't get a good time in this. I mean, we can't. We'll see if we can't get a reasonable lap in. I don't recall what the time in automation was for this car, but you know, we'll give it a try. Removing unnecessary weight to make your vehicle faster. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Nary a hint of wheel spin, of course. Little bit of body roll there, but it kind of snapped back pretty nicely on the spin. Alright, so this is going to be just a foot on the throttle basically the whole time lap. There are a couple of places where I need to brake, but not all that many. Exiting this corner at a blistering 45 miles an hour. I don't think I need to lift through here. Just kind of nose it in, then nose it back out. I can probably brake pretty late because I only need to drop like 10, 15 miles an hour to get around this corner in good order. No hint of instability coming out of there. The carousel's going to be fun. Well, again, I don't really need to brake because I'm at the corner speed for cars about this age already. I can get the throttle down. We'll hit our top speed of 60-some miles an hour coming down the hill at the end of this straight. That sector time of, I guess I don't have the comparison up right now. That sector time of 1 minute 15 seconds or so was not really ideal. It's 16 or 17 seconds slower than the Baron. Again, no lift whatsoever here through the slingshot. We're only going 60-some miles an hour, and the suspension's decent on this car, so. Losing speed going up the hill, as I believe our CEO and chief car designer at Bay12 Motors, Sensei, mentioned. And again, no real need to, just like, I'm not even lifting all the way, I'm just kind of, like, about half throttle. That's plenty to get us through the corner. This is usually about 145 or so in the faster vehicles. 221.895, so this is, like, we're usually around Adam's apex, two or three corners up from this. I can, again, brake pretty late because it's not that hard a thing. I turned in there a little bit late because of the different perspective. See the apex, see the exit. I suspect we're going to lose speed up here through the Cossack corner, I believe we call it. Yes, the Cossack corner. Yep, again, no brake application, just a little lift of the throttle. Need to tap the brakes coming in here. It's down to speed to turn in, and on the way out, it's going to be about a 352 or 353 probably. 352, 348. I could probably beat that, but honestly, it's not super thrilling to try it. So it's time for our little bit of bonus content. We're going to pull out the Linguini Motors Model 60, a 1960 sports car. I even went to the trouble of putting some fixtures on it, so it looks vaguely more car-like. Oh, let's see. I believe this is a roughly 200 horsepower 6-cylinder boxer engine, so a little bit more pep than the Baron. Hey, that's again a useful tip. Old sports cars without electronic aids require gentle application of the throttle. So I think I can probably find some manner of... Oop. Wasn't ready for that. Okay, actually I usually like to drive this one from the side so I can see the line on the hood. That gives me something to kind of line up since the hood's pretty... like it's hard to tell where you're aiming otherwise. So let's get this going. A little bit too much wheel spin there. Whoa, overcorrection there. It is much more of a handful than the Baron is, just because it is a faster car, but... Oop, and I had the wheel rotation around. So third time's the charm, hopefully. A little bit understeery through there, but it's got enough power that I can really crank out a good exit regardless. Turned in a little early there, so I got to lift more than I want to. Lost it through the corner. This is a manual transmission, you may have noticed. So I can... Not super pleased with that exit. Again, I'm getting on the power a little bit too early because the Baron, which I've been driving more lately, is less sensitive on the exits to the corners. I can take this corner at about 120, which is a good 10 miles an hour faster than I can any other thing. And the brakes are, again, pretty well balanced, so I can... Ouch. I've got a breaker there because I'm going faster. It's a thing that I've really not fully internalized yet. It does like to get a little sideways coming out of the corners when I've damaged the steering, I think, there. A little off-center. We'll see if I can't get a better lap in after I finish this one. So my time's not awful. It's just the spins and the touch of the wall there, those really hurt me. I need to be willing to let go of the wheel altogether to let the car itself kind of catch those slides. And so the nice thing about force feedback is that it'll kind of self-righting. little bit of wheel spin there. Alright, let's go with one more restart here and see if I can't get a good one laid down. Kind of awful on the wheel spin there on the start. Lost some time. Pleased with that exit there. I do have to lift a little bit coming around this corner. And hard on the brakes. Hold on to it. Get the power down. Oh no! Still a 103, even with the spin. Gotta be careful through here. Low 120s. And I gotta brake earlier than I have in the past at this corner because of the higher speed. That was a little early, but honestly I'm not going to gripe too much about it. Lost another couple of seconds there. I did not brake the car this time, so I'm going to still give it another... I'll take the flying lap at the end. Can brake much later than that. Nope. So close. Really gotta be taking corners in second gear in this car. A little bit too much wheel spin in first. I'm not really pleased with that either. These older sports cars are very touchy to drive. Alright. One more restart. I just want to get one clean lap in, you know? It's off to a decent start. Let's see if I can't keep it going. I'm going to stick to second through fourth gear this time, since that seems to be, like, that first gear corner exit seems to be my Achilles heel. feels much better. It's a little slower to accelerate out of the corner there, but, you know, what are you going to do? A little bit of sideways there, but I caught it. I like how this engine sounds going up through the gears. Turn in. I'm a little wide. Gotta lift a bit. Just kind of right before 200. Oh! Nope. Definitely wrecked the steering this time. Oh, yeah. So somewhere between 250 and 200. Let's get the steering wheel straightened out. So the lesson here is, do not give me your old Ferrari to drive around a track, because I will smack it into a wall. One of the next cars that the Bay12 Motor Company is thinking about developing is a small, peppy city car, and also on the list is a large muscle wagon, which ought to be a hoot to put around this track. Alright. It's like I got an egg under the throttle. I think probably no talking this lap, just gotta get one laid down. How did that happen? Take it nice and careful this time. Just want to get a lap in. Doesn't have to be super fast. It's not going to be super fast at this rate. It's roughly Baron speed. Would have been a little faster if I hadn't blown the corner there after the big sweeper. Lost a lot of speed through there, but again, just trying to keep the car on the track this time. The Bavarian Bend is, granted, a very hard corner to do well. I'm faster than the Baron that time. I think what I'm learning about the Model 60 here is that it's not actually very much... It doesn't have much more traction than the Baron, it just has more power down the straights. Hit the apex. Look for the exit. I'm gonna break my first gear rule so I can really... There we go. 249, which is slightly faster than the Baron, which I guess you'd expect from a sports car about the same era. Alright, well, that is about all I've got time for today, so thanks for joining me, and I guess I will see you the next time I decide to do one of these.